Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 13, Twinkling. Rainbow's muscles ached. She mentally cursed herself for allowing exhaustion to take over. All her life had become antiquated with flapping her wings and propelling herself everywhere through the air. With meager shame, she realized that she desperately needed to put her earthen limbs through more of a workout. With the truck ahead of her, now was as good a time as ever to become familiar with her gift for galloping. Still, her pace was a slow, even gait. She was attempting to master endurance more so than speed. With a steady trot, she ascended a steep hilltop. She paced through the brown bodies of the fir trees. Twigs snapped underneath as she scaled loose rocks and ducked under passing branches. Her dizziness had almost entirely dissipated, and yet she wasn't about to take wing. Experience had taught her that after such episodes, it was wise to wait a space of 2 hours before attempting to fly again. By the time she reached the top of the forested hill, a deep red glow permeated the trees. She skidded to a stop, her heart beating, for she briefly feared that her pendant was shimmering again. However, as she came upon a break in the trees, she realized it was something else entirely. The sun was setting behind her, and the shadow of the mountains swimming over the eastern landscape cast miles upon miles of the lower-lying forest with a purple haze. It was as if a blanket of pure magic had been tossed across the world, towards the edge of the horizon, where the sun was most distant from the waking world. A thin line of cool blue tones prophesied the arrival of the night. If Rainbow Dash was to face the west, and then twirl 180 degrees back towards her boundless destination, she'd be greeted with half a spectrum's worth of melting colors. The dark against the eastern horizon was still there, but it still appeared no closer to her perspective. She wondered over just how immensely huge the structure must have been. From the direct angle, Rainbow assumed that perhaps it could have been a massive butte. There is no telling just how tall the structure was, but the fact that it was noticeable from several miles away made her ponder. Certainly, it had been on the map. Rainbow Dash squatted down and reached into her saddlebag. She was halfway through unscrolling the parchment when something dimmed in her peripheral vision. She tilted her gaze up, blinking. She saw the bands of purple shadows washing over the valley below. To her better judgment, Rainbow knew it was merely the shadows of the mountain range to the west, as the sun dipped beyond the crest of the world. Still, she couldn't help but feel mesmerized, enjoying the poetic notion that she was watching every edge of the night stretching over the world in real time. Rainbow knew she had so little light left before she could look at the map without the aid of her pendant. Still, she simply sat in place on the side of the mountain, like a young filly would attend a puppet show, and gazed as the world was slowly swallowed into blissful twilight. The stars broke out overhead. The world was awash in a pale glow. If she shouted into the blossoming void, Rainbow wondered if her voice would echo all the way to the four corners of the earth. The moon rose, and it still wasn't full. Rainbow judged it would be a day or two. Rainbow wondered if her voice still had any use other than yelling. Her mouth became briefly dry, so she chose to gaze away from the bright orb in the sky. And once again, she was at peace. Rainbow Dash never saw herself as a mare who appreciated beauty, but perhaps it still wasn't too late to start. She sat there, staring into the edges of the night, not bothering to count the passing stars. Sleep came upon her like a phantom, and she couldn't remember when the twinkling stars ended and her rolling eyes began. Hello everyone, as I will always remind you, I do have a one-time donation as well as a Patreon. Okay, I'm going to be trying to do something a bit different here. I'm going to be trying to post 3 times a week now. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm planning on what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting two chapters of Austraeoh per week, as well as just something on Friday. And Austraeoh is just going to continue running even during the holiday stuff, so I'm still going to be running this even during pretty much February, November, October, December, stuff like that. I'm still going to be running this thing because I did some number crunching on it, and if I post twice a week on this thing throughout 2 years, it'll be done pretty much directly on the same day as my as when I started the channel. So yeah, with that, I will leave you and have fun. Bye.